Welcome to another episode of Truth Mafia News. Before we get going today, this is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. I'm going to ask you guys to make sure you smash that like button first and foremost. Hit the like button, share this video out, and all the links are down in the description. So the most important link down there is the link to our daily newsletter. Make sure you opt into that, guys. You just click on it. Take a second right now. Click on it. It'll take you over to truthmafia.com and you'll opt into our daily newsletter. Matter of fact, here, let me show you real quick. And then we got an amazing episode for you guys today. We're going to talk about, well, I don't know if I should say amazing, but there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. There's rumors of homeless people disappearing due to these storms. I mean, this is a huge trending story right now. And I mean, I've kind of thought this for a long time that, I mean, not they were using the storms to do it, but I pretty much figured out they've been getting rid of homeless people, right? I kind of thought that anyways, but they're saying they're using these storms. And whoever said that before? Well, Edward Snowden told us that, remember? He had that episode where he was talking, this I think it was back in 2013, and he was talking about geoengineering and that one day it would be used as population control. Now, when you go to check that out now, you know, they use their little fact check to try to discredit it. But I remind you this, that fact check admitted in open court that it's an opinion. So you can go research that yourself. Now, Pops, how are you doing today?
If I was any better, son, I'd be flying with the angels.
So what do you think about this stuff, dude? Like, we all remember, Dad, 2015, you might not remember, you weren't really involved in this type of stuff then, but you've been studying this for a long time, so you might have known.
Long time.
They shut down, they had this thing called Jade Helm, Pops. I don't know if you remember that.
Yep.
Matter of fact, it was in your neck of the woods down there in Texas. And it was a military operation, and everybody got weirded out because they were like, all the Walmarts were shutting down, and then they had all these like weird fences going up and guard towers going up, and there was rumors that they were building FEMA camps under the Walmarts. Now I don't know if that actually happened or not, but they did have that military drill. And whenever an empire plans, they're not planning 5 years ahead. These people are thinking 30, 40 years ahead of time. So back in 2015, that's when all the videos were going viral of the UN bringing in all their tanks, you know, their helicopters, all that stuff. Remember, guys, on the railroad tracks. That was all 2015 during Jade Helm when that went viral. And now there's all these videos going viral talking about eyewitness testimony of people disappearing. And there was a video that was back when Harvey happened. I don't know if you ever seen that one, Dad. I'm going to show you a clip of it here in a second, where the homeless people were talking about they didn't go into the shelter place because they were being killed. Did you ever see that?
Well, you know, there's some things we can't say. I got to be careful what I say, but you know, organ harvesting is a big business.
Yes, sir.
And they've also lost 150,000 children that's crossed the border. And we know what kind of big business goes on there in multiple ways, right? When you're a Luciferian satanic person, you actually feed off of that, right? You feed off of, let me come on here. Hey, brothers and sisters, make sure to share, like, spread it out. Let me make sure this is up a little bit so you can see the top. But when you're on the dark side, on your Luciferian side, those things are, you're in those businesses. I mean, those businesses are money makers for you, because you have no morals, you have no scruples, you have no feelings. You actually get off on all of this evil stuff. It feeds you, like you were talking about last week. You want to call it loose, you want to call it energy, whatever. It feeds, they feed on that. And I was telling everybody, now we're getting a new category for tornado. We'll probably end up getting a new category for a hurricane, and the world's going to continue to shake. And of course, they're going to utilize all of this chaos to increase their revenue in those enterprises. I mean, it just is going to happen. And again, just go on Google and search how much of these body parts are going for.
Well, I'm gonna. No, you're so right, dude. And they definitely were. Matter of fact, 2017, when this video was shot of this survivor, what he was, this was after Hurricane Harvey and stuff. That was right after Kenneka Jenkins happened. And she was this person, Dad, that it was right after the eclipse. So, 41 days after that eclipse, we had the Las Vegas shooting. But 22 days after it, we had that girl go disappearing at the Crown Plaza in Chicago. Her name was Kenneka Jenkins. And the story was there's like all these videos of her walking through the kitchen and just real weird. Like, if you're at a hotel, you're not going to be going around and chilling in the kitchen, right? I've been in many hotels and I've never been in the kitchen where people are working like it's an actual working kitchen. But anyways, they said her organs were stolen and harvested. And in that, so at first I think, it's total BS. It's probably just people trying.
Big business.
But dude,
it's hundreds of thousands of dollars per person. When you cut all, I think it's a few $100,000.
No, it's more than that, Pops. More than that. You're talking just just for a heart, you can get a couple $100,000, Pops. So you got to, somebody gets gutted, you're talking millions, but at least $1 million.
I don't know. There's different figures out there. I was seeing a chart that somebody put up that I think that was on TikTok. And it had, I mean, there's so much information out there now. You don't even know what is what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't know what's real, what's true.
They were talking about the kidneys and the liver and the brain. Well, the brain can't be transplanted, but the heart and the valves and all these kind of stuffs.
They buy the brain for other things, studying science stuff like that. They buy the brain But yeah, man, I mean, it's like a multi-trillion-dollar business, it's up there. I'd probably say it's probably even more than the drug.
Well, I don't know if it's trillions, but it's hundreds of millions, that stuff. There's no doubt about it.
I'll tell you this.
I'm sorry, hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yes, hundreds of billions.
Yeah, maybe 100 billion. I don't know, but it is wrong. And they're using a lot of this weather stuff to disappear these people. It looks like, right? It looks like they're using some of this stuff.
Yeah, they got all the underground facilities, so it's not hard. People are like, where were they taking them? Well, I mean, they got whole civilizations. Whenever you see a city like New York City, just think what's under that. You know what I'm saying, Pops?
Oh, it's a horror show that's underneath there, and there's a horror show underneath a lot of cities and a lot of things going on. It's interesting. I know you title these news shows we do, but we talk about more than just what you put the image on, right? We always talk more about that. And I was in contact with a friend of mine who's pretty connected to, that political scene stuff and the stuff that I just can't stand. And, I think everybody can start feeling that, this is escalating. Every week this is escalating more and more and more. And these things that we're talking about right here are just going to become more commonplace. It's just going to be happening more and more and more and more. But we were talking, I said, I can let the federal government fall apart. I hope it crashes and burns. We got to focus on our local situation. Our neighbors, our friends, our family. How are we coming together? How are we building community gardens? How are we, helping each other? How are we supporting each other? Son, next week we'll have the prayer group launched and all of that. There's just a couple more things that we have to do, Jack and I. And he's traveling to go see your boy Ajax or Acax or Arcax or what's his name?
Archaics.
Yeah, Archaics. Going to one of his things. I said, good luck. I like saying right here behind my computer and on the mic and talking. But a lot of good things will be launching next week. Also, to help people.
I tried to plug Jack with Archaics before. I gave him his email and stuff, but he's a busy dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a busy dude. So I wish him good luck. If he goes to one of his events, Archaics would definitely take time. Jason is his name. He'll definitely take time out and talk to him. Though he's not. He's a social.
Well, if you don't, then you don't have people coming to your events, right? I mean, it's just that way.
You should see his Roddy, Dad. You would love his Roddy. A big old head on him, just like Beethoven, the one we had. He's got a big rod. He's older though, but he's down there in Texas with you. So let me play this, and hopefully Jack gets a hold of him. I know Jack's that's like Jack's superhero when it comes to.
Well, don't worship any people. Worship God. That's it.
But dude,
everybody else is the same as we are. There's nobody better than anybody else.
He's the one that really got me to even know who Archaics was. And then I reached out to him on my own, but we've done like 3 podcasts since then. But
oh, good.
I'm going to sit down here with
Can you hear this, Dad?
Jake, who's got his dog Bubba.
Yes.
Jake, who is homeless. Jake, you've found yourself some shelter here. Why are you outside during this entire hurricane?
Well, I chose not to go inside yesterday because the Salvation Army and Russian Wind's homeless shelter, where they were accepting people, were caught killing everybody that was in there.
I'm sorry. Right.
Okay. All right.
So clearly you're homeless. And
were caught killing everybody that was in there.
Some of the people.
He was like, okay. So clearly you're homeless. Just like dismisses him. If you're a real reporter, wouldn't you say, what do you mean they were killing people? But you see that guy try to shut him up.
That were going to the FEMA fusion centers were not to be heard or seen from again. Rescue response for Hurricane Harvey. And the first thing that I noticed there, that it was like the purge. All I could hear that night was car alarms going off and glass breaking and gunshots. Luckily, I was able to bed down and get things ready and unpack my guns and ammunition, and I got 0 sleep that first night. We made our way down to Katy, Texas, and when we got there, we were stopped because they had finally blocked the roads down, and we were just off of I-10 where they had FEMA, National Guard, DEA, FBI, Secret Service. They had emergency management from Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and others there. And it was a big clusterfuck because they were just running around like jump, not doing anything but stroking each other because that was happening down there.
So what I think they were doing and I've been saying this, I think it's been going on, Dad, since Hurricane Katrina, bro. They've been exterminating homeless people, but now it's ramping up. And, right before all these natural disasters popped off, we had the Georgia Guidestones just blow up. Like that should have let you know. When you seen them Georgia Guidestones blow up, you guys should have known, they're about to really start.
But this is from 2017, so this is a few years back.
Yeah,
right?
this is from Hurricane, from 2017, but we just had this one right now, right? This new one. And I'm wondering if they're still doing this today. So the videos that are going viral, yes, the video is from 2017, and most people don't even know that and are resharing it like it's from this. But yes, it was brought up first back then during Hurricane Harvey, at least when it first went viral. But people are talking about it before that, Dad. This is the new one. And this one was down in your area, Pops. You didn't get hit by this?
No, I've got one of those devices in my backyard, and it keeps me pretty
Are
safe.
you by the ocean though? In Texas?
No, I mean here in Austin, I'm not by the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Not even close to it, but
So you wouldn't have to worry about stuff like this in your part of Texas, right?
no, we don't get that.
Who gets hit with this? Like what part of Texas?
No, that's down by the Gulf of Mexico, but not here.
Oh yeah, they got hammered, bro.
Yeah, down by the Gulf of Mexico. That's where that's happening.
So yeah, there's been a lot of rumors, and I know in my own city, you know, just from me walking around, I know a lot of this location. I've seen a lot of the homeless people since I was younger here, and like a lot of them, you'll remember some of them, you know, because you end up liking some of them. And there were some I would give money to, and then I just after COVID, I don't see them no more. It's like, what the hell? A lot of the homeless people are definitely, but then you go to one of these states like freaking San Francisco, and they say it's overran over out there. You know, they're defecating in the streets, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, this was the big one.
It's a mess. The world's a mess. We know what we got going on. They're doing a lot of things in every crisis. They're doing, you know, evil stuff. That's what they're doing. And again, like I said, you know, we'll be talking about this in the next couple of weeks about the problem we talked about with the, you know, the atmosphere being eaten pretty much up. And that if we don't stop it, if we don't reverse it, all this other stuff that we're talking about won't even make a difference, you know, because it'll be like.
Here's the thing you was talking about. Could climate change? Why do they label everything with climate change? It's so annoying. Could climate change breed a whole new category of hurricane? That was back when Hurricane Irma happened and raged into the Caribbean. That's when they were talking about changing the categories. What was the category?
Yeah, I mean, they're getting ready to add another category for the
category 6.
Look, these things are going to get worse and they're going to get more intense. But like I've told everybody, stay focused on good things. Get involved in your local community. Get with the family that understands it. You know, work with those family. Do that. You know, start. You know, making sure that you can thrive and move forward in what is going to be coming upon the old system, because the old system is going to fall apart. It's falling apart, and the falling apart is only going to accelerate. I mean, there's things I can't say right now because this individual is under an NDA and told me some stuff. But look, this is getting even ready to accelerate even more in a big way. So I hope everybody is you know, making sure you got food, you got water for a few weeks at least, and that you got a plan for you and your family. You don't need to stress over it. You just need to do it. You know, I've got my plan together, and I'm focusing on the things that we're going to be talking about over the next couple of weeks. And I'm not going to stress over it. But yeah, there's going to be more hurricanes, more tornadoes. I think Brother Ryan, who's involved with us with the Patriot stuff, he was talking about that Ohio, where you are, son, had 4 times more tornadoes this year than it did at any time.
Yeah, we're getting. I just talked to a lady from Ohio this morning too, and she was telling me I know she was from some weird part of Ohio I never even heard of though, but she was saying it's getting bad down there with the weather too. Like she's from like the southern, western part of the state. You know what I mean? Southwest part.
Yeah,
which is far away from me. So I don't think people realize how big Ohio is.
Yeah, it's a big state. It's a big state. But, you know, as far as the weather, it's just going to get more crazy. Everybody's got to protect themselves. They got to be, you know, again, working on spirituality, working on their relationship with the Creator. And I mean, I'm getting more and more into this Gnostic Bible, and I can tell you there's some things that I believe they should have put in the regular Bible, but there's other things that people, I mean, I'm like into 450 now, page 450, and there's stuff in there that is even hard for me, even though, you know, and I'm reading it again and looking at it, not to understand, but to comprehend. You know what I mean? You know, just even how Lucifer was created and how, you know, the whole planet
But
was created.
they don't look at Lucifer as a bad guy in Gnosticism.
Well, he's the chaos. He's the darkness, right? He's the,
But he's
you know,
not the same thing as he is in Christianity. You know what I mean? It's a
well, it
different.
doesn't look like he's a good entity, but he thinks he's the highest entity at one time, and he didn't know that there was a higher entity,
Yeah,
but also got involved in creation. So it's very interesting.
he's Yahweh, bro. It's Yahweh of the Bible. That is
Yeah,
Yahweh.
you know, I mean, it's
It's
very
crazy,
interesting.
right?
Just put it that way.
So
Very
there's even a God above that. So Sophia created him, and then she has a creator above her. That really doesn't go into. It really doesn't go. The what's it called? The monad or the I forget the name, how it's pronounced, the Medane or something. What they call that top deity. It never really gets into his or its sexuality, really, though. As far as
I mean, it says it starts out with the male creating the female, then the child, and all of that. You know, in the Secret Book of John is pretty understandable. The Secret Book of John, the way they lay it out, and how then the creations create, and the creates, so on and so forth and so on. Just like we all procreated, right? You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's the truth.
You wouldn't reincarnate if it ain't for my kids.
Right. So I'm just saying, you know, all of that stuff is
or Mike Jr. You would reincarnate.
Very, very interesting. And it's mind-boggling for most people. And I don't know really right now how important it is to where we're currently at. Right. And what people need to do right now. Right. Because people can go down, or I'm always studying. You know that about me, son. I've been doing it for decades. But when I look at the information, well, that's great knowledge for me to have. I have to discern it. I have to pray and meditate on it, right? I have to meditate on it and see what resonates with my spirit, right? What I, you know, feel resonates with my spirit. But at the end of the day, when I'm sitting with when I'm hearing like Enoch, did he go to the creator directly? Was it an in-between person? There's a lot of stuff that, you know, the Gnostic Bible brings up. The Gnostic scriptures bring up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to bring an expert on here. Ani Asoru. I tried to get him today, but he was busy. But I'm going to get him on here. He's like, man, dude, he can get into this part of the scripture with the Gnostics and he's not even religious, but he just studies all that stuff. And that's where like everything comes from. It's the origin of everything. Why we use the number 7 so much, why all the secret societies use it. But nobody even knows about the Gnostics. You know, they go back as far as what, like people talk about the Mesopotamian Sumerian gods, but this is way before that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's been an interesting read. I look forward to reading it every day. You know, I look forward to reading it. But again, I don't know. I know all this information's inside me, and as all my DNA opens up and I get 100% of my capabilities, I'll know it all. I'll know it all. 100%. I'll know it. Right now, I don't. And there's so many different people out there talking, you know, with one saying, this is the way it is, 100%. And another one saying, this is the way it is, 100%. I don't believe anyone knows 100% the way it is, right? I just don't think so. But I could be mistaken. No, who knows?
And Divine Princess, what I was meaning, because I'm my father's son. So you like me, I would reincarnate through one of my sons, right? Carmine or Mario. And my dad has other boys too. He has little Jimmy and Michael. So if they have a kid one day, yeah, he could reincarnate through that. And depending on, this is my theory on it through reading a lot about reincarnation, which they took out of the original scripture. And the math just proves it over and over. When you look at the mathematics of it, it proves it. That is the universal language of the creator, mathematics. But yeah, we definitely reincarnate through our the male lineage, I believe. And you know the elites knew this, because look at how they structured everything. They didn't care who in their family was wealthy. They just made sure their whole lineage was wealthy. These people like the Rothschilds, right? It's their whole, that way, no matter who they reincarnate back through the family, they always have wealth. And they've been doing this over and over. And, some of these people, who even knows if they reincarnate anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you have you get to a point where you've done it enough times where you can choose to come back or not.
Well, I'm thinking they're cheating dad with some type of maybe technology,
Well, look, again, when technology supersedes spirituality, the planet crumbles, right? Or civilization crumbles. And again, with this AI situation that we're hearing about, let's call it the AI God created by the dark side, whether it was Satan or his minions or whatever, that could be the final battle after those 1,000 years they talk about, right? Because the beast gets voice. I mean, look at where AI is going right now.
Dude, your
how
boy,
fast it is moving.
That dude you was going to have on, he talked all about that, how the last battle would be us battling this AI, this beast system. Yeah. And, yeah, he's fascinating on that subject. And
yeah, I'm going to get him on because he wants to talk about his books. His books are good. I'm done with that one. I'm into the other one. A lot of good information in there. Definitely something worth people to read. No doubt about it, and discern on it and get discernment on it. I don't,
say what you're
I don't,
talking about, Eric, so they know.
Oh, that is Ishmael Perez. And the books are these ones. This one, Our Cosmic Origin. That's on Amazon.
I'm reading the book right now, Pops.
The Secret Government. That's on Amazon too. So, I mean, these books are very good. A lot of great information in there. Again, I believe that as you get more spiritually advanced, that you'll get information yourself. I don't know whether this guy's right. What percentage of what he's saying is right. I don't know, but it's something that when the Spirit said, hey, get those books and read them, I got the books and read them. I pray on the discernment on what, resonates with me as being fact and not. And then again, I work on my, my vibration, my frequency, so that I can access all of the records written from the beginning till now in the, what is it called, son? Records.
The Akashic Records, Pops.
That's within you.
Right.
Within you. Okay. So I'm going to continue to work on that so I can access them myself.
The Akashic Records are within the ether, right? They're within the ether that we can tap into. This is what Tesla talked about a lot. And Bella, to answer you, you said, what is the gematria number for reincarnation? Well, here, let me show you real quick. My sister, I'll show you. It's easier to explain it this way. So let me show you this. Well, reincarnate, right, equals 108. And here's the two important ciphers, 34. Now, what did we have in 34 that we've been learning in the last couple of weeks? Tethered. Remember, all the technology tethered to the archons is in that cipher. But 108 is very important. This is a very sacred and holy number. Reincarnate equals 108. So the theory is that we reincarnate 6 times as a female, 6 times as a male. And depending on like how tragic your death was, it could take you 1,000 or 2,000 years to reincarnate again. But so we reincarnate 6 times as a male, 6 times as a female. That's one reincarnation cycle, a total of 12 times, right? We have the 12 zodiac.
Where are you getting this information from, son?
12 tribes of it. All, I mean, I've read it in many different ancient scriptures, which I put on my blog on reincarnation. It's up on Truth Mafia. You can just go on the blog on reincarnation and look at all the links.
There.
Yeah, the Gnostic text that talked about it. Gnostics talked about reincarnation too. And reincarnate equals 108. So they said if you looked at it as your life path number, Dad, like, okay, so me, I'm a life path number 3. So technically, from this theory, I would reincarnate 36 times, right? So that's the number for old souls. And it's 117, which is my birthday, January 17th, 36. That's the Neo code. You know, there's a lot in that. When I do my decodes, guys, you know, I cover all this stuff. But so if you're life path 3, you've reincarnated 36 times, which, you know, you're about halfway through your journey. As a life path 9, you would reincarnate 108 times, because 9 times 12 is 108, which reincarnate equals 108. So I did a whole blog on this and proved it mathematically in every single breakdown and instance. So I think the reincarnation by 12, the mathematics supports that the best. You know what I mean? As far as math goes. But yeah, there's different. Right. Some people say we reincarnate, Dad, 13 times. Other people say 12. There's different numbers. I'm just saying with the 12, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again,
that's all.
I know I feel that I'm pretty old soul myself. And
well, what's your life path number?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I can do it for you. What?
Yeah,
put in the private chat your birthday, Dad.
I don't know, but
it
is you don't even know your own father's birthday. Shame on you. Tell him, folks. Shame on him.
I always get it wrong. I say the 12th and it's the 13th, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, we are all here for this moment in time for a purpose. Everyone watching this live now, dude, and everyone watching this in the future.
You're a 3, bro. You're exactly like me. Mine adds up to 30, just like yours adds up to 30. 3 plus 0 is 3. So you're a life path 3, just like me, bro. We're very creative, artistic. We're good talkers.
Well, remember the Aquarius is coming in for the next, I think, 20 or 30. I forget how many years. It's decades. Okay. I think it's September. Hold on. Let me take a look. And it's been coming in, then it went out again, right? But it's coming in to stay.
What you mean, Pluto?
Aquarius.
Are you sure you're not talking about Pluto's return coming back in November, Dad?
Hold on. It's no. Age of Aquarius.
Pluto supposed to return in Aquarius and stay there until like 2040 something, right? Is that
it's age of it's Age of Aquarius coming in. And it was bouncing in and out.
Yeah, it has to.
And now it's getting ready to stop. Now it's getting ready to stick pretty severely, you know, for decades.
Well,
if you just look at that and what's around that, it's really, really powerful on the change aspect of it for all of us in a big, big way. And it's interesting what's going on right now, and that this thing, I think it's popping, again in September sometime, where it's going to stay?
November, Pops.
Is it November?
Yeah, that's what me and Donut did a podcast on it. Pretty sure that it was a while ago we did it. We did it like right at the beginning, but
yeah, I'm looking when Age of Aquarius date 2004.
And if there's 14. A Lauren 777 watching this, Lauren 777, I almost got your decode done too, sweetheart. I tried to email you, but I don't think I got a message in the wrong DM email or something. So usually
Yeah, so it's coming in, and like you said, is going through with the Pluto situation.
Yep.
And it's gonna last like a long, 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 long time. It starts on November 19th, 2024, Pluto in Aquarius, and doesn't get done for over 2 decades.
Again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're gonna see a lot of rapid change happening. And it's interesting because it's like a 26,000 year cycle. So it's very interesting what's going on with the sky, the heavens, the stars in the heavens, are for signs and wonders,
Yep.
and they surely are for signs and wonders. I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it.
Yep.
But
And to answer your question, Rhonda, how you say, a lot of people think 13 is a bad number, and my dad was born on the 13th. It's actually a very sacred number it's actually the number of the matrix. One of the best numerologists in the world, his name is Gary the Numbers Guy. He's a cocky little dude, but he can be cocky because, I mean, he is, you got to give him credit. He was one of the first people in the game teaching numerology. I'm talking back in 2008 and stuff, where I learned about the number 8 attracting money and just a lot of the stuff I learned as far as numerology goes. And remember, there's a difference between gematria and numerology. Gematria is a form of Jewish mysticism. The only cipher you can technically call gematria is Latin, Hebrew, Jewish, that one. But the oldest and purest one is called Chaldean, and this goes back to Mesopotamia and Sumeria. It's based on 1 through 8. They wouldn't use the number 9 because the number 9 was so divine, so they wouldn't even use it in their mathematics. It's based on 1 through 8. Add that up. 1 through 8, what's it add up to? 36. So 13 equals 31. It's the mirror reflection. The matrix is 31. Even our boy Donut, that's his number, 31. So it's a big number. You'll see that 13 number heavily encoded in the matrix. And Gary, the Numbers Guy, if you go check out his Instagram, he has a whole video about the number 13, but he doesn't even cover that 13 equals 31. I don't know if Gary don't know about gematria or he just doesn't get into it, but what he breaks down on the number 13 is very fascinating.
yeah, I mean, they want to bastardize all these good numbers and make them look like they're bad numbers, and it's not true. And it's interesting, it's interesting where we're going and what's going on right now, where we're headed into this Aquarius, right? Into the Pluto Aquarius dance for almost 2 decades, for 20 freaking years. I mean, that's a long time, man. That's a long time. And when you look at what that does, everything that's going on right now makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Pretty interesting and exciting. Well, I mean, the creator's the master number guy, right? The master number person. So a lot of these numbers do have, these on the dark side, they believe in the numbers, they follow the numbers, they do things by the numbers. And even on the good side, they look at the numbers, they make sure the date's right for things to have a better chance of succeeding.
Well, yeah,
the energy's right and all of that.
If you're a life path 3 and your birth card is your destiny card's a 10 of diamonds, there's certain days that are going to vibrate with you and be positive for you, and there's certain days that are not, and that goes against your astrological sign. But most people are worried about our Western astrology. Which really matters is your Eastern astrology. The Western astrology, it's good to know it and stuff, but the Eastern astrology matters a little more. And then Vedic astrology, that's a whole nother level. Most people don't even know what that's about. So I'm actually working on a blog right now about Vedic astrology. It's very fascinating, though. You're something different, Dad, in your Vedic astrology. you would be not a Taurus. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was looking for, huh?
I wonder what you are in Vedic astrology. Let me look. That'd be interesting because your whole personality is so Taurus. What?
Well, I'm Taurus, the bull, and then I'm a wood snake in Eastern astrology in China.
Oh.
So I'm a wood snake.
The snake's coming up January 28th of 2025.
Yeah. And that'll be my year of my 60th, 60 years young birthday. Will be on next May. So.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, next May. I'll be 60.
Okay, in Vedic astrology, oh wow, this is very interesting. You are a sun sign. It's called, they have some crazy names too, Pops. Surya Rashi, which is SURYARASHI. That's the Taurus version, your birth chart. And then you have key planetary influences. Here, I'm going to drop this for you in the in your chat. There you go.
Yeah, all I know is I'm here for this moment in time to do what I'm doing and to continue to get more insight, more download, more discernment, and to continue to course correct and make sure that moving down the path to help as many people as possible get to the light and start stepping into their power because they need to. I mean, one thing is to be educated. Another thing is to be indoctrinated. You know, just like I say, it's about relationship. It's not about religion. It's not.
Right.
And, you know, because I know a lot of religious people that do a lot of bad stuff. And then there are a lot of good religious people too, right? So, but, you know, it's about relationship. It ain't about religion. And, you know, educate, but don't get indoctrinated by it. Don't let it grab you in your life. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm moving forward full steam ahead based on what the creator's given me in my mission. That's it, you know? And, you know, I love the fact that we have education, you know, with what TJ's doing with Truth Mafia, what some other folks are doing, but I stay focused myself personally. I want to understand. That's mean why I read the book, you know, from Ishmael, and I'm reading the Gnostic Bible because I'm always reading something. I read a lot of books, but I'm not, you know, fretting over them. I'm not, you know, crawling under my desk and hiding because what I read inside of them. What I'm doing is just absorbing the information, meditating on it, and I'm continuing to move forward. And again, as you get more and more spiritually connected, and you get like more of a connection continues to grow, a lot of this stuff will come to you more and more, and a lot more stuff. But we got to look at what are we doing in our own backyard right now. Besides praying, in like next week, the prayer circle will be up and done. Everybody can start going in there, declaring, decreeing. You know, this isn't about religion. This is about us helping each other, sending love and light, right? Sending love and light.
Hey, don't that guy look like Joey Diaz a little bit right there, Henry?
Henry, brother Henry, loved you, my
man.
Joey
Diaz, he is Joe Rogan's friend, the guy that Karate Joey does all the videos, smoking balls and shit. I love that guy. He's the funniest dude in the world.
But we got some good stuff coming out from what we're doing with Sovereign Radio, what we're doing with Sheriff Mack for the constitutional sheriff situation, because again, son, you know, the sheriff is the highest law enforcement. We're dealing in this reality right now, right?
Right.
And we're getting our spiritual connection to get us to move up in vibration and frequency so that as this shift happens, we shift the right way. But at the same time, we got to handle the situation going on right now in our own backyard, and make sure that we're participating in helping, you know, change things for a positive way until whatever happens, happens. Right? Okay. We don't die. We're eternal beings. So what's to be afraid of? If every single person died today on this planet, we'd all be having a big party in heaven together, because we're all eternal beings, except for the ones that aren't, right? That are here that aren't. All the rest of them of us would just be fine. We would. If some catastrophe happened, the whole planet was gone, we all would be fine.
Well, we'd be fine. I don't know if we'd all be in the same place or not. But,
right, but I'm saying the people of the light, the people that love unconditionally, that forgive unconditionally.
Well, it wouldn't be the end for them, right, Pops?
No.
That's for sure.
No, it really actually would be, they don't want to come back.
But this is the thing, Dad, I've learned. Death is our own journey, brother. It's not like, okay, when you die, maybe we do I hope we do, because I'd love to see Grandma, your mom, and my grandma. But I think we were born on our own and we die on our own. That's one journey we do on our own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're instantaneously transitioned to the soul family. You know, your soul family, right? The family that you've been reincarnating through, you're instantly, in their presence. I mean, if you look at all of these near-death experiences.
Your ancestors.
Yeah, when you look at all of these near-death experiences where people died and then they came back like 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, even sometimes longer than that, and sometimes shorter than that, they all don't want to come back. Most of them don't, unless they were in, getting a glimpse of hell. But the ones that go to the light, they don't want to leave. They don't want to come back.
You know what the people believe in the truther community, though? And this is all tied to the archons, that when you go into the light, that is the archons shape-shifting, coming to you as your loved ones, and they trick you and you go back into the reincarnation cycle because they're harvesting.
I don't know.
They're harvesting that energy from us, that loose energy. So they don't care if we're in a state of fear, terror, or if we're loving each other. It's all energy that they can harvest. But it's like but that's the theory of it anyways. When you go into the light, you're really going back into the moon, and it's back into that whole reincarnation cycle. That's the theory on it anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be, you know what I mean? It could be.
They say turn away from it, Pops, and go into the darkness. That's going to be scary, though. So you're supposed to turn away from the bright light, the white one, and go into the darkness. And then through the darkness, you find like some golden light. And that's supposed to bring you back into your energy body, your true form, where you wake up. I don't know.
I really don't know. And again, at this point in time, we've got all this stuff shaking, all these things going on. And yeah, why would we want to come back? Absolutely. Once you're back to the creator, you wouldn't really want to come back, right? I mean, long as you're not in that. But there's some people out there talking about that's all been taken down too.
Or if you're a teacher, that is what you're coming back to do. You're kind of sacrificing yourself for other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, what I heard is that whole process of capturing people and continuing to bring them round and round is all being like dismantled and destroyed because of the ascension of at least of us on planet Earth. Because where planet Earth is going, I mean, we just go look at the Schumann resonance on Earth. By the way, did you hear that the mantle is now going in the other direction?
Where'd you hear that at?
Yeah, it's reversed. Just
is that what they said?
Yeah, they're saying that the mantle now is going in the opposite. It slowed down for the last few years. Now it's going in the opposite direction.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. We just had
do some research on that, son, and bring that to everybody's attention on what's going on. I think that's really important for everybody to know, and what are the effects of that. What
Oh
are
my
the effects
God,
of that?
Dad. Dangerous flash floods tear apart New Mexico. Dude, this weather, like, bro, I feel like I'm stuck in some timeline that the weather is just crazy as hell. Is it like only me that's seeing this?
No, everybody's seeing it. More people see the weather than ever before, but we talked about that a few shows back when we talked about the weather warfare stuff, that, you know, a lot of this, you know, there is weather warfare devices, they know HAARP, all that stuff, but also, you know, there is the fact that our environment, our, you know, our atmosphere is being eaten alive by, you know, electromagnetic pollution. So
Wow.
what are we doing about it? We're not doing anything about it.
They said whether or not, here, I'll show you guys it. It says it's becoming, they just are normalizing it now. Hold on, let me go back here. Where's the one I just, yeah, that one. Share. Okay, scientists warn dangerous and widespread weather phenomenon is becoming 35 times more likely and will only get worse. So, I just think they keep blaming it on global warming. I don't even believe in that shit, Pops. Do you?
Look, I believe in what I just said about the electromagnetic pollution,
Yeah, I
and
believe in
that's what's driving everything.
but that's not global warming.
No, this is happening because we're making it happen with
Yes.
all the tech. Again, spirituality, righteousness, technology. When people start only focusing on technology, which I think that our population is really into technology, wouldn't you say? I mean, they're really into technology. And a lot of people are falling away from their spiritual connection. That's when things fall apart completely.
Oh wow, look at this. Weather fatalities. Everything, it's like everything's up right now. Especially when it comes to the weather. Just in 2023 they were on the rise. Wait till we get to the end of 2024, Dad, and we see these numbers. I bet you it's going to be so crazy, bro. Look, that was 2000. When was this one? Okay. That's weather fatalities for 2023. 10-year average, so 2014 to 2023. Damn, 2023 was a bad year. Now, you guys want to know something? So 223, right? 223. What is HAARP called? High Active Auroral Research Program, right? Research facility. When you put their full name in the Gematria calculator, guess what it equals? 223. And when was HAARP patented? On August 11th, the 223rd day of the year. So, that's a number of natural disasters. And Rhonda, you've been watching me since the beginning, girl. Didn't I say the year 2023 would be the year of unnatural disasters? And then 2024, because we're in the year of the dragon, it's going to be the year of fires. They always go by the astrology, everything they do. So the elites are using it, and we can use it to kind of figure out what they got going on, right? See, Rhonda knows. She's been here since the beginning.
Yeah, I remember Sister Rhonda. Sister Rhonda said that Brother Ismail Perez, it might be a robot. So I don't know. We're going to have him on to find out anyways. You know what I mean?
Oh, ain't no robot. What, Rhonda? Why do you think it's a robot? She comes up with some crazy shit sometimes.
But anyways, we'll bring that robotic man on, and we'll have him answer questions and give his input. Again, it's not about, one of the things as we're building our sovereign radio system, I don't agree with every show host. And if I said that, oh, you can't come on and be a part of the show unless you agree with me, then why am I any better than the darkness? Because that's what the darkness wants. They want you to agree with them. Only what they say can you do. That's it. You're not allowed to divert one way or the other. You must toe the line with what they say. Well, to me, that's communism,
Oh, they still do that in the
fascism.
community too. Like if you're a truth seeker and you might not believe in flat Earth, or you do believe in flat Earth, then the other people that don't believe it gotta hate you.
They hate each other.
You can't listen to
Who
what they
gives
say.
a shit if it's flat or round?
It was
Who
designed,
cares?
bro. It was designed to be that way. All of it was
Right, but I'm just saying, to me, that doesn't make a damn difference for me today.
well.
That won't affect whether the earth is flat or it's round. It doesn't affect me in any way.
Go back
in any way.
Of
so
origin.
Fighting over it is just stupid. And we need to focus on solutions and coming together in meditation and declare and decreeing, because we are the sons and daughters of the Most High, creator of all things, that all things live within, and it lives within all things. And we're the sons and daughters of it. So we need to claim that, claim this planet, declare and decree together, and make it happen. And not fight whether, oh, well, Earth is round or is it flat? I don't give a shit.
And in Divine Princess, you're right. Things only do matter when they're observed. They even prove this scientifically. So, molecules act differently when they're observed than they do when no one's watching them. It's the observer effect. So there's a lot of things that, I kind of have that feeling with NPCs. Are they even real when they're not being used like these non-player characters out here? Or when one of us, people that do have a soul and do have a consciousness, when we're not observing them, are they gone? I mean, it's a cool question to ask, right? It's interesting, anyways. The slit experiment, right? Yeah, it's very fascinating, and it definitely proves that there is an observer effect. You know about that?
Well, Tesla said that this might not even be a planet. This might be a dimension. So I don't know.
No, it isn't.
Again, it isn't going to change anything that's going on for me today, with what we've got going on here. As we start rolling out more solutions over the next couple of weeks that are going to help people get through all of this stuff, and us come together. And like I said, let's step into our power and declare and decree and make a change here and help bring this planet to the next dimension, right? To the fourth or fifth or wherever it's going to be. Don't wait for any president to save you. Don't wait for any government to save you. Let it fall apart. Let it be. Let it fall apart. It's all going to crumble. It's not sustainable. It's not. Okay. The whole thing is just a Ponzi scheme, and it's built on quicksand.
Yeah, they're interesting, though. I agree with her. I like to look at different theories just because I find it fascinating. Flat Earth, I won't knock it because it was the first thing I believed in when I got away from the whole spinning ball theory. So it got me to where I would look, something ain't right here. Something ain't what they taught me in school. I don't believe what they're saying. Something's wrong. But it was a good stepping stone that led me into simulation theory. But that's for me. And anyone that tells you they know the real truth is a compulsive liar, because we don't know. I don't know. I've been trying to get Dad to go up in a balloon with me. He ain't trying to go in the damn balloon. Pop said,
well, we're going to see Sister Rhonda again's talking about, Ishmael and the Lama Rasaj here, both Trumpers. Gross. She's funny. But here's the thing. We'll see who this dude picks for vice president. But really.
Oh, is he? He's not a Trumper, Ishmael, is he?
I think he thinks that he's involved with the positive side of the equation. Again, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. All the people could put their hope in that. And let's see what it gets them.
Yeah, but I'm not going to hate the dude just because of that. There's a lot of people.
And again, that's the thing. I mean, listen, if you want to hate like the majority of the population of the United States, I mean, let's be honest, the majority of the United States, they're not looking to be involved with the person that can't even speak and is crapping his pants up on stage, blowing crap all over the place, and can't even think, can't even talk, is an empty shell of a human being, maybe not a human being at all. Maybe
It's actually wrong what they're doing, because you shouldn't mistreat old people like that. Like, he's an old elderly man, someone's grandpa. Is he a pervert? Oh, most definitely. But now he probably doesn't even have an idea of what the hell's going on. So, put him in the old people home and leave him alone. They're using him though. I'm gonna tell you the truth, Dad. This is my theory. My theory's way out there, bro.
I like supporting people like Sheriff Mack, and we're going to have him on this show.
Shout out to Sheriff Mack.
CSPOA.org. Sheriff Mack, who's actually out there working on getting more constitutional sheriffs in the counties with a posse behind them of the citizens, which they're legally allowed to do. They're the highest law enforcement in that county. They don't have to listen to the governor. They don't have to listen to the president. They don't have to listen to anybody. They're the highest elected law enforcement in that county in still 45 states. So we've been working with Sheriff Mack now, TJ, for how long? Like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Almost, it'll be 4 years by the end of this. And, more people need to stand behind him and help him, so we can go through faster and clean up these sheriffs in these counties, get real patriotic sheriffs in there that believe in the rights and liberty of its civilians, its citizens, and focus on that. Focus on getting community gardens set up. Whether you can't grow outside and you can only grow inside, that's okay. The technology that's available to grow inside is amazing. You can get a group of people together. I'm voting for Putin. I tell you what, he's a hell of a better freaking president than any of these clowns we got going on.
I'm with Wheezy. I'm rocking with her. I'm going with Putin too.
I mean,
a lot of people comment agree.
I don't think we could have Scott Bennett on, Facebook, because he probably would get us a problem on there.
Oh, yeah.
But I like this dude. He was over in Russia as they're dropping bombs, on the people. I mean, I guess they did some terrible things on a beach.
Let's bring him on Rumble, Dad. We'll do a Rumble exclusive with him.
Yeah, we can do a Rumble exclusive. Like, some of these people, we're going to only be able to do a Rumble exclusive with, because we don't want to mess. Remember, folks, I want to teach you something. And this has to do with what I teach on the mastermind and what I tell other PIs, Patriot Influencers, is you want to use the big boys like YouTube and Facebook and all that to make a bigger network and get the list built. You got to be careful what you say. So you got to toe the line, but build the list, because then you can say whatever you want on Rumble and your own hosting and all of that, where then you can expose it to your people on your list. That's why TJ keeps telling everybody, get on our list, because we're getting ready to really be rolling things out. And when stuff happens, we're going to be sending alerts out and everything. So make sure you go to truthmafia.com and /newsletter, get on the list, or go right to the side panel, get on the list, get into that list, and get your friends into that list, because a lot of alerts, a lot of stuff is going to be coming out that as this thing is rolling out, and it's going to accelerate. Okay?
Right here, guys. Look, do me a favor. Take 2 seconds out right now and go over on truthmafia.com. You can find the link in the comments and just come right here. See this? No fake news, no clickbait. Put your email in there. Boom. Subscribe now. Oh, I already subscribed to that one. So let me just have bam. Thank you for signing up. Well, see, that's it. That's
and
how
if you have you can get free memberships. We're going to be updating this too as we launch some other things. I've got an update already on this. But if you can become a member of the Truth Mafia, become a member, and support what we're doing here too. But we're going to come out with a lot of things where you're going to be able to make money by sharing the content.
And guys, you can't even see the members only content unless you're a member. So there's a ton of stuff on here you're not seeing. I'm trying to work with my dad to figure out there's a way around that where you can see it, but you wouldn't be able to click on it and view it unless you're a member. And we're also going to work. We're going to have an email getting put together. So every time I drop new members only content, all the members will get an email. That's something we can do easily, right, Pops?
Yeah, and the bottom line is too.
Because you know who told me that? She's in the comments right now. One of my followers, she's a member, and she said she's an older lady, and it's hard for her. She said that would be the easiest thing if they just got notifications whenever new member-only content dropped. And everybody I mentioned it to, they all said it's a great idea.
We'll just make sure you put that into the Teamworks, and then we'll get that sorted out.
Yeah,
we'll make sure that's working, right?
Thank you for subscribing, Leslie. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. So lots going on, lot continuing to go on. But again, I don't believe no white horse and shining armor is coming to save everybody right now. That's just my opinion. I'm not acting like I believe that. I'm going to continue to move forward on taking, my power and doing what I can do to help people. Make sure you put a .com on the end of that, Healing Frequency Music. Also, if there's an issue with any of the videos, let us know. I went through my Dropbox. I got all of those videos.
No, I went and I looked at them all. Me and Carmine did the other night. They were all working.
Yeah, and my son and I are going to put up another YouTube. We already built a YouTube channel. It's up. We activated one. We're going to put all those videos back on YouTube because we want them to be free for humanity to help. And I'm telling you, people that have played those videos in their environment, they feel much better, and their vibration and their frequency is getting better, and they're attracting good things because some people can't get out of that negative vibration.
And now we have technology that I'm working with Paranoid American with, where we'll be able to create songs at exactly specific frequencies. So you'll have a couple hour video, and then Dad can put them up. And we have some new people that create music holistically and organically that we'll be talking to too, to bring their stuff to you guys. So we can have some real organic good frequency music, because it's good when I'm doing my meditation.
Share that last thing, son. I can't share anything. I can't pull people up on the screen for some reason.
Which one, Dad?
Hold
on a second. Why does it take that away from you? I never stopped nothing. So you were able to do that before. I don't understand why you can't do it now.
I don't know.
We'll
figure it out. We'll figure it out for next time. But put up the sister that talked about. No, go back to above that. One above that.
Conspiracy music.
Shared the frequency link.
Oh.
That's what you want to do, brothers and sisters. You want to get that music into people's, environment. Let that start helping, heal them.
She's been listening for a long time, that Amanda girl.
Yeah. Have them do that. That's really important. Really, really important. Really important. So you want to take some questions tonight, son? I would like to take some questions.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, hit us with some questions. Another thing I'm going to be looking at, I'm setting up a shop right now, guys. So there will be a shop. A couple weeks it's going to take me to get all put together, but it'll be available on Truth Mafia.
No, it's going to be available on shop.truthmafia.
Yeah, well, it'll be a shop for Truth Mafia, but
yeah, it'll have it right there on the navigation, and it'll be there, and we'll have some good stuff there to help again you with the team and continue to build out and expand and all that. And then again, we're going to be launching some ways for you all to be able to make money by spreading the word about what we're doing here and helping, as we start rolling in to these other solutions and what we're doing, you'll be able to help spread the word. And when people come into the system, it'll be your link related to that particular thing. And then you'll be able to start building multiple streams of income so that you can start making a living by living through transfer spending, right? And that teach other people how to do it. And a lot of these companies, you don't have to be on a monthly shipment or anything like that. It's just referring something that's important, right? Something that's important, a membership or a product that can help you with your energy body and your pineal gland, or protection like we do with Body Line. TJ, I did get this in because the device that I talked about,
Can't they buy it now?
I'll bring it out. Listen, this needs to be like a neighborhood thing. It needs to be like a neighborhood thing. But this here will come in a bigger, you can see that, son, that's the new one that has more meat to the bone. And this has over 200 frequencies. Now you put this an inch up. Now I got this one because I want to use it as an example, is the one that goes on the bottom of your monitor, or where you need a smaller one, not on the monitor screen, on the monitor itself. This one goes on the cell phone 1 inch from the bottom. And I got to tell you something. When I went to the Dominican Republic, I got this new phone because I had the same phone for like 4 years. I'm not one of those that upgrade every freaking year, but I had it and I didn't get a disc. And I freaking had it down there and I was feeling it because I don't have the device either outside of my ground. And I got back and I procrastinated. I didn't get it. So about a week ago, I got it and I put it on, and instantaneously I felt the difference. Yeah, this goes beyond Suge Knight. We have Suge Knight ground up in these bands, and there's over 300 frequencies in this one. I actually have a grounding mat underneath my desk. Hold on.
Oh, Suge Knight.
So when I tell you something, it's the truth. Okay?
Listen.
Right? That's my grounding mat underneath my desk.
And we'll have them grounding mats available here in a couple weeks on our shop. And we have these Suge Knight necklaces coming, guys. Just like a lot of these people have seen the ones on my son's site. And it's very similar, but you can drop that into a cup of water that's dirty, and it even cleans the water. I made a commercial about it. So a lot of really cool stuff is in the works that we have.
We're going to have Brother Richard on this show too, from from the company that does the product that you helped you with your legs.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about those devices. And the big ones, these are very expensive. I mean, we're talking 50 grand to install the big ones now, not the small ones that are like 10% of that. But the big ones, we're going to be bringing in people that are worth millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. And we're bringing them in to do a donation for an installation. And we're going to have a map showing the world, defend planet Earth. And we're going to set these up. These are the ones that are giant.
Whoa, what the heck happened to my dad? Hey, guys, it threw dad out at exactly 1 hour and 13 minutes into this live. Ain't that crazy? 1 hour and 13 minutes and dad disappeared.
What happened? Put me back on. Okay, so I was talking. So I don't know what that was very strange.
113 is the occult, is the secret society's number.
They don't want me saying this.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's a big number with them when it comes to suppressing information and shit like that.
Wow, that was amazing that they did that exactly at 113.
It comes.
Wow. So, anyways, I'm going to talk. Anyways, we're going to bring Brother Richard on. He's going to talk about this stuff, and these what they're called Zeds. We're going to bring in people that have money. They can make a donation to get one of these put into the ground. We're going to go after some of these big influencers like Mr. Beast. We're all going to attack Mr. Beast and say, you got to get involved in this, man. We need to get, and we're going to create the website, Defend Planet Earth, and we're going to have these all over the place.
Oh, my people are not going to get involved with him.
Strategically located. Who?
Mr. Beast, dude. He's all.
No, I'm saying, I'm talking about people like him have a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He should go ahead and buy 100 of them. And they'll get put into a specific area, right? We
He's
don't need him
pushing a
anyway.
big agenda on our youth. I mean, you can tell with this logo. His logo is the transgender flag, and his co-host just turned into a transgender. So, you know, I mean,
Oh yeah, I don't care about what all he's doing. I was just using him as an example.
no, I
But
get that. I'm just saying.
people that are good influencers that make a lot of money, we're going to get them involved in spreading the word. But one of my business partners is very wealthy, and he's going to bring it out to a lot of other wealthy people, and they're going to make donations, and they're going to get their name on it, okay, their name on it, and it's going to be put in a specific area, and we need 330 of these. So we said we'll go and round it off to 333 because that's not a bad number, and we'll round it off to that. But we need 330 of these around the planet, strategically located, and then we'll start reversing the damage to the atmosphere. We'll start reversing the damage to everything on the ground, to our plant life, to all of our stuff. We'll actually start reversing all of that stuff. And there's a few of these out there that the big ones cover. The one in my backyard covers a mile in about a mile and a quarter around from my house and 200 kilometers up. I haven't had any big storms here, rain, but nothing like, you know, what was supposed to be happening just ain't happening in this neighborhood since I got that device. This thing, the big ones they start at 750 kilometers, of course, all the way up, the high as you can go, cleaning, by the way, and they work their way over a period of time to around 2,000 kilometers. So I meant kilometers, not kilometers, kilometers. So this is a powerful thing to help clean up the damage from the electrical magnetic pollution, but also clean up all of the ground, because the agricultural units, and these now, the new ones, the smaller ones are all copper. You know about that, son. And they've got these antennas and all this. Well, the agriculture ones, they increase the crop by double. No pesticides, no fertilizer, and half the water, and double the yield, and bigger plants, bigger stuff. So, and this is, by the way, they're out there being used already. They just upgraded this next version. And again, we're going to bring Richard on, son, and you and I will talk about that, because he'll talk about what's going on and then how this is going to help, affect the change, because we got to get cleaning up everything. We got to clean up our atmosphere. We got to clean up our rivers. We got to clean up our oceans. We got to clean up our soil. We got to make sure everybody's got a place to live, energy, food, water, all of these things. We got to move down that direction, that righteous path, that light path, and put our energy and our focus on the solutions to get this thing done. I see everybody arguing, oh, is the earth flat? Is the earth round? Who gives a you know what? Stop arguing over stuff. Let's get things done.
Well, it's up to people like us to not even address it, because we don't even address it no more, dude. When people say stuff in the comments, the best thing is not put energy into it, because then it brings that energy out. So just ignore it. Don't put no energy into it, because it's up to us content creators to stop it. So all we have to do is not pay attention to it, and it stops.
Well, again, focusing on the solutions, we don't have to pay attention to it. And, as we start bringing this stuff out and everybody sees it, like if you need one in your neighborhood, you go to your neighbors, you bring the signs to them, you bring all of that stuff. And, somebody said something about the hydrogen water bottle. Yeah, I've been drinking this stuff now since I think I told you guys before, and it really works. I could feel the difference in my stomach. But we got to focus on the solutions in the group. We got to keep positive frequency, do positive things. Again, declare and decree that whole prayer circle that the community set. I'm going to get rid of some of the stuff that's distraction. I want to keep it very clean, mission oriented, that where everybody can come in, connect, gather for free. Doesn't cost you anything. You're going to sign up for a free membership in one of the sites that my son and I and our team are putting together. You're going to be able to go in the community and you're going to be able to gather together and work together for all of these things that we need to be working on a local level, on a county level, like self-sufficiency, for God's sakes. Everything's just in time. What are we waiting for? For all of it to break down? What happens when no one has food, son?
Well, you know, people are going to be, it's going to be like Mad Max out there. I think we
They
should
start eating each other.
Right. I'm worried more about what they're doing with CERN. That's what scares me the most out of everything, because they're showing it to us in the movies. There's so much predictive programming of them opening up dimensions. And this person, you see the comment on the screen, is talking about strangelets. Well, most people don't even know what that is. And one of the primary concerns with these strangelets are if they're stable or not. They could theoretically convert normal nuclear matter into this strange matter upon contact. And this is what they're looking for. Well, they're harvesting it at CERN, right? These strangelets. Even that name sounds weird to me. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me of Stranger Things. But strangelets are made up of up, down, and strange quarks. Normal matter is made of up, down quarks. So the addition of strange quarks makes strangelets, you know, a different form of matter. And yeah, it's you can look into it more, but it's all about at CERN. I would actually like to do a decode on it, because you know I'm looking at it now, and I never really looked into it before. And strangelets is 38 in Chaldean, which is just a huge number. It's on the cover of Murder by Numbers, the number 3 and 8. So yeah, I would definitely like to look into that a little more. I haven't even heard no one talk about strangelets in a couple years. So that was interesting, Aurora, that you brought it up. Made me think of it again. But I would like to see what they got going on over there at CERN with the strangelets. What have they said lately? Have they mentioned anything on their strangelets? Let's look. Let's type CERN real quick. CERN. CERN. Have you ever heard of these strangelets, Dad?
No.
I didn't hear of them until a couple years back, dude. And like, this was right around the same time all that Jade Helm stuff was going on. Here it is. Okay, so here's their website. They kind of break it down for you. I swear, guys, I've read almost everything on CERN's website. No joke. Here we go.
And I've read nothing on their website, son.
Oh, dude, I read it all because it fascinates me so much, bro. This was tied into their creating these microscopic black holes, the strangelets. You know, that's what everybody was talking about at the time, thinking that it was going to make this black hole, kind of like they showed us in The Simpsons. Remember? In the episode of The Simpsons, they started up the particle accelerator, and it created a small black hole, and the small black hole ate up all of wherever they're from. Where are they from in The Simpsons? I always forget the name of that place. But yeah, it ate up everything. And CERN is the biggest magnet in the world, guys. So this thing has to be having an effect on, well, let's just play devil's advocate. If the world is spinning, which we all know it probably ain't, but let's say it was, for example, and then they're using this thing, you don't think that's going to have an effect on that? 100% it will. I mean, it would have an effect on it no matter if it's a spinning, a simulation, flat, whatever. It's still going to have an effect. Me personally, I think it's the same thing they used during the Tower of Babel, that whole story. I just think it was a Stargate. it wasn't an actual tower that they built to the heavens. But I can't prove that. That's just my theory on it. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for today, Pops. You got anything else?
Anybody got any questions here? Let's read through this. Yeah, the whole monetary system's changing, that's for sure. I don't know how fast it's going to happen, but it is. Yeah.
I didn't put the nanosoma
Thanks,
link
Brother
in
Henry.
the description.
Oh yeah, but you might want to do that. Put that link in there, son. Put what I put with the copy, and then put the link in there.
Okay.
That's really important. I mean, I take that stuff. By the way, I got one of the new things that are coming out, and this stuff, man.
I told my client about it today. I said my dad said they got some nose stuff.
Oh my gosh, hold on.
My homegirl, she's actually.
Let me put this up my big shenagon over here. Oh, I got to tell you.
Bad, and she said, I don't know. She said she tried it already, and she said it didn't taste bad. I said,
no, it doesn't taste bad at all.
It tastes like tears.
Look what it did for you. It's that ingredient that's in it and how it's broken down to get into the cell that's making that impact. I showed everybody the energy body. Remember last time? I showed everybody the energy body that was going on after the 5 sprays of that, how it was all dented before the 5 sprays, and then it wasn't dented. I think we get more into that next week, but make sure you put that link in there because that's important for people. And again, what you need to do is you need to
got some Pops.
You need to look at what are you spending your money on that's serving you, and what are you spending your money on that's not serving you. Do like a column, get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, put all of the stuff that you're taking every day. If you're taking prescriptions, start, doing whatever you need to do. I mean, they told me I'd be in a wheelchair on Social Security disability and with a morphine pump, taking all kinds of narcotics on top of that for the rest of my life. That's what they told me in 1994. I can tell you, I don't take any prescription drugs.
And they had him on some hardcore stuff.
Some people stole them at the kennel and they were laying in the ditch with their head down in there throwing up. That's how just this one little pill.
Well, I stole them too. We can tell the truth.
You did. You were bad. TJ was a bad youth. I had to whoop his rear end a few times. You know what I'm saying?
I was a bad kid. But I regretted taking them. I didn't know what they were at that time. I'll tell you what. I learned my lesson.
Poison. It is poison. And I lost my brother Joey, your uncle Joey, who you loved a lot too, at 40 years old. Because he got on there. Look, nothing's a cure. Nothing's a cure all. I take that and then I take a lot of other stuff along with it because nothing is a cure all, right? Nothing, right? But it works really good. It helps a lot of people. I see it myself, with what's going on with my son and myself and other people. It's working great with pets too. So it's just another solution to help people, right? It's just another solution to help people. And I take CBD oil, a vape. I got CDC spray here. I've got.
I'm taking the real shit, bro. I got gummies.
Well, we know, son. You're over there hitting up the real stuff.
Lady Rock said it doesn't taste bad. I told her today when me and her talked on the phone, I said it tastes like tears. That's what it reminds me of when you cry and it goes in your mouth, that salty tear taste.
Yeah, it really, I mean, I snipped it up my nose, and what I've noticed is my breathing has been a lot better. Really, really good. I take nanosoma, it really is good stuff. And your supplements like multivitamins work better on nanosoma. Absolutely. That was just put up there. Put that up, son, real quick at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, because the girl asked me today, the girl I showed up there, she said, should I quit taking my supplements? I told her absolutely not.
I don't. Look, I don't. You know what I mean? I mean, I take 2 of these a day.
I think you said
I can get these on Amazon, right? I take this. I don't care. This is all organic by the Garden of Life. I take this, and my wife takes this.
I think you
Again,
mentioned one time that they could only take the nanosoma, and that's where
that's
people
what they say. I don't. I mean, I'm taking this for male stuff that when you get to be 59 years young, you got to take. I mean, I take a lot of stuff. I spend a few $100s a month on a supplementation, and the reason I do is I watch my mother spend $1,100 a month on prescription, and she died by drowning in her own fluid that filled her lungs up while she was going to the bathroom.
That's how Grandma Marcia died?
Yeah, at 64 years old.
Dude, my other grandma, she died real crazy too, bro. Like, she just went nuts her last day on Earth. She was talking all kinds of stuff, seeing crazy things, and you know. But I was in the hospital on the day she died. I had a freaking kidney stone, so they put me in the hospital. And matter of fact, me and that grandma, you know, she was a crazy one, my grandma Donnie, and we had just gotten a big fight 2 days before she died, and I didn't even get to tell her I was sorry. That stuff still messes with me, even though I know she, you know, that's grandma knew. Like, I was definitely one of her favorite grandkids. So, but you always think you'll have more time with people than you end up having, you know.
Absolutely.
So you got to be careful how you especially talk to your loved ones, because it could be the last time you talk to them, and you think, oh, I'll have another chance. But sometimes,
absolutely, you gotta be unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and non-judgmental. Not sitting there trying to judge everybody. Worry about yourself. Become the best you can be. Step into your power. Let's help save this planet and move into the 5D together.
Yep. Yeah, right? And I agree with you, brother. I think the medical system is set up to keep us sick. So we need to learn as much of the holistical stuff as we can. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. Make sure you smash that like button. If you guys ever do anything for me, I ask you to please take out a minute and go join the newsletter. That way you get the emails. You won't just get my emails. You'll get everything that's getting dropped by the Truth Mafia. But I'll make sure mine are like exclusive. So, because I know a lot of you guys come to watch my stuff. And I'll make sure that you get all them. So thank you guys. Hit the like button, share the video, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. We're out of here.